Hi everybody, how we doing? New series starting again. A new series. Cannot wait. I've been looking forward to this. It's been on my wish list for a while. I played the demo of it and absolutely loved it. I'm a fan of SnowRunner, Mudrunner, the whole kit and caboodle. Very quickly, I do want to just quickly say that although I try to make my content as exciting and engaging as possible, I suffer from PTSD or complex PTSD, and it messes with my mind and my mental health. So I don't always sound excited. I don't always sound engaging. I try my best, and just some days it's more difficult than others. Anyway, disclaimer over. I have actually used Chat GPT to come up with a title for this. Brick and Giggle. Oh, whoa, what? Okay, alright, I see what you're doing here. Here we go. Straight in, and we have what looks very much like a Land Rover Defender, or the one that looks very much like maybe a Ford pickup truck. I like this one. I'm gonna go with this one. I kind of like the grey, but it's a little bit boring. Why don't we try? Um, so this is going to be the livery for our entire fleet. So I kind of want to make it something a bit more. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. It reminds me of like I don't know, JCP maybe. Let's go with this. Yes, I am. Right, we're going to start with Precipice. Plenty of things we need to be dealing with. I'm going to try and keep this. I don't even know. I'm going to try and keep this. I'll just see how it goes. I'll go with the flow. I'll find a natural point to stop. If the video is a little bit longer and you don't enjoy it, I'm sorry. This is all I can say. I do other content which is shorter for you to watch if you feel like it, but this is probably going to be longer videos than what I normally do. And yeah, so we're into North Africa. Spring. I'm assuming spring is the oh what oh I had the word there as well. Anyway, we're subcontracted to assist in reinforcing blah blah blah. Right, okay. That's fine. Let's get on with it. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get my PS4 controller
Hey
to
there.
work. I
My
don't know
name's
what's going on
Kelly,
with it.
and I'll be your friendly neighborhood dispatcher for today. And every day unless we screw something up. Then the company replaces us, like dead batteries. But until then, I'll be here to help as much as I can. Not that you need much help with your first task. You need to head to the lookout point and take in the general layout of that town on the coast. They're bracing for one hell of a storm. I suggest you get on with the agenda before the storm hits.
Okay, Kelly, let's go. I'm trying to balance the engine noise with Kelly chatting. Okay, so here is an overwatch kind of look of the area. Looks like we might need to put the old diff lock and all-wheel drive on. Looks nice, you know. It looks a little bit worn, a little bit used, a little bit yeah. Here we go. Right, let me see if I can change the audio a little bit here. Sounds, audio, sound effects, radio message. So sound. Let's turn the sound effects down.
Enjoying the sights? I often hear they're the best part of your job. At least your job has a best part. I have to make do with cheap coffee and a broken AC. Ready for your next mission? Well, aren't you lucky? Investigate the phosphate plant. Not too exciting, but who am I to argue, right? Go take a look.
Poor soul, broken AC and bad coffee. That is not a good combination. Do you know what? If I had the choice, I would rather be out in the field than sitting in an office. That might be controversial for some people, but for me, no. Okay, we're gonna select low gear. We can also do a new thing for terrain scan. Now this truck does not like deep water. It doesn't even like shallow water. You can see it's already giving me warnings. I will turn the hints off because it's starting to get a bit annoying. Let's see if we can do this round. Clearly not. No, rocks are the nemesis of this pickup truck. And nothing to winch to? The controls are not intuitive on the keyboard. I'm assuming in a controller they'll be much better. Try and find a path to get out of here. I mean, okay, maybe the diff is in the water, but I mean the engine isn't, so... But I'm assuming the diff is the issue. Weak seals, I'm assuming. Right, we're heading up this way. Let's get out of low gear. Ah, they barricaded us. What is going on here? Let's get a little bit closer. Alright, we're just gonna winch actually. Let's just open these up a little bit more. There we go, beautiful. I do like that little touch. I do like it. Nice! The Kronwerk. Beautiful. Right, let's go to map. Okay, so we need to clear the way into the plant. And then visit the forward base. Okay, so I'm assuming do you want me to jump into... Or am I jumping way ahead? The tutorial's fine, but I wish there was just a way of jumping straight in. Okay, so we've got loads of different modes on it.
Hey, you're not a bad navigator. To be fair, a child could handle it if they could reach the gas pedal. Still, you did fine too, so kudos to you. Now it's time to get you to your forward base. It's not much to look at, but should keep you warm. Oh, and on your way there, be a darling and clear the plant's old entrance for the cavalry. They're coming later, if the higher-ups don't cut the funding.
Always down to money. It's always down to money, isn't it? Right, let's see how much we can get shifted in one go here. Let's back this up. That wasn't bad for the first push. We need to clear all of these. So, I mean, that's quite a big, beefy piece of equipment. So I have played through bits and pieces of this game, and I was swithering whether to make content about it or not. Right, we need to. No, we don't want to tilt. Can I not move? So I can only move the tilt on it. I can't move the angle on it. That's a bit rubbish. I thought it maybe got caught up there. Let's see if we can shove this in. That stays there. Beautiful. Okay. Just this to deal with. Oh, yeah, let's move that up so we don't destroy the very strong fence that we've got here. I know it's not the best idea in the world, but, you know, we clearly have to get rid of this gate as well. The reason I know this is obviously I've played through this, but I know what pain is coming my way if I don't get this sorted. Just gonna see if we can get that gate out of the way. It's gonna be the turning circle of the there we go. It's going to be the turning circle for trucks, AI trucks, and I know if I don't get that cleared properly, the likes of this pump could be an issue. So let's see if we can get this moved a little bit further. So the video for the game, that totally missed. Well done. There we go. That'll do. It's amazing. It really is amazing, and it sums up what this game is all about. Older guys or older females, older whoever, who loved playing with this kind of toys when they were young, never really made it into that industry, and this is the closest we can get to doing it. In fact, I don't want this parked here at all, because again, I know the pain that's coming my way. So let's just put this into marching just now. What else have we to do? Visit our forward base, which is up here. Okay, so we're there at the moment. Okay, let's get back into the pickup truck. Let's go. Go, 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 go. The atmosphere, the whole atmosphere is absolutely amazing. Just, I mean, this makes you feel like you step out of this truck in real life, you would get absolutely soaked. You come along here and you're, oh my god, it just everything about it creates such an atmosphere. The lighting, the textures, the noise. Even when you go into the map and you go to the kind of top-down view, the wind, as if you're up high as well. Not taking that road. And you'll see why in a minute. And look at all these small crop. I mean, I'm going to call them fields. I'm not 100% sure. Would you class it as a field? Is it big enough to be? What is a classification of a field? What is a technical term of a field. What makes a big garden not a field? Has it to do with the equipment used on it, or what? Right, we're not quite at forward base. Nope, because it's up there. I'm too busy talking and not concentrating. Okay, plenty of trailers. They look like they're barricading the road. That's what they look like they're doing. Heavy steep climb up here. This is... I mean, you wouldn't want to bring a road truck up here. We have arrived. The state of our truck. The reward system is really quite...
Welcome. The good news is, you're in charge now. Bad news is, the storage and allocation of resources are all on you. So, use them wisely. And remember, a penny saved is a penny earned. For the company. Well, on to your next job. Storm's rolling in, and we need to build a flood wall before it does. Before it rolls in, I mean. Storms seldom build walls. First, we need to plot a route from the base to the phosphate plant. Once we do that, we can deliver the crane parts to make the wall.
Okay, so what we need to do... We need to build a route to deliver the crane parts to the phosphate plant. Right, so let's do that one first. Let's go in here. This is why I cleared... Alright, start plotting. This is why I tried to clear as much as I could. Now they are AI drivers, and they are not very good. So we're going to come down a sensible route. Past the meadows? I don't know. Hopefully somebody in chat will be able to let us know. I say in chat, I mean in the video and the comments. So I'm going to take a wide sweep here. Can make these a little bit longer. Now this is where we cleared. And we want them in there. Let's dispatch the vehicles. And let's see what kind of mess they make of this. Okay, what we're going to do, whilst they're doing that, we're going to try and find the generator. We can actually follow them down, which is pretty cool. I have to say, once we get further in and we start creating multiple routes...
Looks like we're gonna need a generator for the phosphate plant. There should be one somewhere close to the abandoned facility. Check your map. If you can find it, bring it back to the garage inside the abandoned facility.
I mean, the trucks are doing pretty well. They don't have mud tires. They are road trucks. So it'll be interesting to see further down how they get on. You can see already. I should really have ran them up this side. But the problem is, this is not just one time this is going to happen. These trucks... Oh God, look at all the rocks as well. Try and move that rock. Just probably move the rock right into the path. But, yeah, so... these trucks they end up creating so many ditches and divots, and it becomes chaos later on. It will actually appear that I'm losing my mind. Okay, right. They seem to get there. Okay, let's go this way. We need to find the generator. Plenty of big pipes. Yeah, okay, I've got it. So what we can do in here is we can actually do an object scan. So it scans for the particular piece of item that we're looking for. So that's it there, but we need to get up there. Now this is, I like this. This is something new, and I like it. We're gonna have to actually go in here. What we're gonna do is just nudge that. Boom. So we are actually driving on a building that's being built. Sorry if I'm going a bit fast. I'm not kind of exploring the area and showing different bits and bobs. This new feature is really nice. Not quite sure how the reinforced steel section doesn't have any concrete on it is gonna work. I would assume the bars would bend and possibly puncture your tires. Okay, so here we go. We need to get this this generator down to there. So what I'm gonna do is I probably actually winch this first. There we go. So we've managed to get a route that works, and the trucks are actually getting through. Good sign. Let's not celebrate too quickly. Again, if you've played this game already, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It becomes an absolute nightmare. You actually do end up being the... Why didn't you... Being pretty much a transport manager as well as the only person that's working. Really do wish I could get my controller working, because that would really help me. Now this thing might get stuck at the top. Okay, let's keep going, keep going, keep going! Oh my god! Okay, not sure how much of the generator will be left. By the time I get there, look at it, just dragging it. I'm sure it possibly, no, it wouldn't fit in the back of the flatbed. There we go, and we have a new vehicle to play with. Goal completed, all hands on deck.
You wrapped up all the prep work nicely. I knew I could rely on you, which is especially great since I had nobody else to rely on. You're the only contractor in the sector. The fate of everything rests upon you. No pressure. Besides, the only thing left to do is to build the flood wall before the storm hits. First, you'll need to scoop up some concrete slabs. There should be plenty around your base. Naturally, you'll want to use the crane to move them. Then you need to drop them off in the loading area. Easy as pie, right? I could go for some pie. Anywho, the generator's in working order, so now you just need to make sure it's delivered. Shouldn't be too hard. Just plot a course from the workshop to the phosphate plant.
She's sassy. I like sassy. Okay. So we need to plot a course. And we need to plot it from here all the way up to the phosphate plant, but it's a different area to the phosphate plant. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting, and I maybe it's something I'm missing. So these trucks come out like that. I've been putting the first way marker here, and they basically come out and try to jackknife to get there. So we want them to try and go over there, head over here, because this. Oh, I haven't done that bit. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Okay, that's not going to work. I'm such an idiot. I totally missed part of what I had to do up here. So I have to. I suppose this is good because it shows you the route they're going to take. But yeah, I mean, this is not. I mean, these trucks are road trucks. They're not really built for this kind of work. They're going to have to come up here and they're going to have to get through this area. So I need to try and basically get rid of all of this here. Now we can winch these red buckets. I tend just to try and basically ram them. I just want them out the way is what I want. Because these trucks are going to have to come in kind of like this angle. So that wheelbarrow needs to go. Now the wheelbarrow is something we cannot winch, as far as I know. Yeah, that's confirmed. So let's see how much we can move this. Want to knock that out the way, knock this out the way. It's actually not a bad area to have it in. I can't believe the wheelbarrow is actually the thing that's going to stop us. Now I'm just making double sure. Anyone who's played SnowRunner or played Mud Runner or played anything else that's associated with the developers will know there's always a little, if you don't think something through properly, then the chances are you're going to have an absolute headache like I've got now. I can't move this. I can't move this any further. So it's just going to have to be what it is. Hopefully the trucks will be able to get round. I mean, they're not huge articulated trucks. But we can't move any other objects. I'm going to have to get this truck of mine out of the road. I'm going to park it up here out of the way, and then I'm going to plot a route from here to the phosphate plant. So yeah, sorry, I know I completely stopped saying what I was saying earlier. I would love to be able to connect our route. So we want to kind of take this, but we don't want to take it too much because it's going to crash into all this. We want to come here, but then we want to, yeah, actually we just want to keep it. Crane kind of gets in the way a little bit. Hopefully that's enough. This route is going to meet up with the other route. Now, I don't know why we can't connect both routes together, but we can't. Unless I'm doing something wrong. See, it goes red as soon as I try and use the same node. So you actually have to create an entire new route going to the same place. And again, this place is going to get absolutely churned up with two routes going through the same area. But we're going to make it work because you know what, as Kelly pointed out, There's nobody else to do it. Let's take a bit of a wider run here. So they're coming round the back, so let's start the swing round, avoid that big digger. Now they're going in there, and we don't need to get it completely. So yeah, see how it's coming out, and I was setting the first node there. I don't know why. I wasn't thinking properly. That's not something unusual. See how they take a longer swing out, and now look, he's having to counteract to try and hit that node. It becomes chaos. I just want to make sure they get past this bit, and then I'll let them go, and we can get on with the crane. Ooh, that's not going to be comfortable. And this is the other thing. You can delete an individual node, but most of the time I've found you have to actually... it's not good. The problem is this truck is a road truck, as is this one. These are a bit more military based trucks, so you can see he's already stuck. Doesn't look like he's going to get out. Damn it. Now this truck's going to come in behind and kind of give it a push. But yeah, so it's failed. Okay. I'm going to have to delete, clear the entire route and start again. Okay, so let's come out. In fact, no, we don't want that either. We want to come out. We want them to go up this way. I don't know whether to try this route here and try and get it up. And again, though, the problem is the more nodes you put in, that's going to swing out and then try and swing back in to get this node. We want to send them up this way. That crane's in the way. And he can't rotate either. So, yeah, this is an entire pain. We need to go all the way back up. The first two trucks are fine, like I say, they're military grade trucks by the looks of them, so they've probably got all-terrain tyres and all-wheel drive, diff locks, but the two other trucks are the sticking point. I also would like for us to be able to edit one node, maybe move it slightly, rather than having to clear an entire route, do it all over again and watch the trucks. And the longer the routes, the longer it takes the trucks to get there, and yeah, it's just a headache. Again, we need to watch just to make sure it works before we can move on to the next stage. Frustrating. These trucks I'm not too bothered about, and of course the longer trucks, this will be the main sticking point. But look, they're struggling. I don't think this is the right route to take here. But I wish I could edit this node. I really do. I wish I could just click on that one and move it, or manipulate route rather than having to cancel the entire route. Okay, how's that going? Oh no, that's not gonna work. Yeah. So the AI will reverse back and then try again, but what happens is this AI is going to drive into the back of that one before this one starts reversing. See what I mean? Straight into it. It doesn't even recognize, and it doesn't stop. See what I mean? Why not have AI that can stop? These two are going to put each other off the road now, because they're going to travel at the same speed. Okay, that one wasn't too bad. It's this truck. It's nothing to push it. If I can just get onto this bit. See what I mean? These two are going to put each other off the road. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Okay, it kind of worked. Didn't really. I really should edit that, but I cannot be bothered editing and basically deleting another route. So let's move on. It'll tell us when there's a problem and the route's failed. You'll see plenty of route failed. Okay, so we want to move concrete slabs to the loading area. Now, there are already some concrete slabs here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this side on. Back it up. That should do. And all I'm going to do is just drag. So we need 6, which isn't a huge thing. It's not major. Boom it out so it's not going to hit the crane. That's the last thing we need is damage another truck. And this one is going to be a little bit more tricky. I might need to swing this one round the back. Get this as close as possible. No, actually, it's going to be okay. Don't panic, don't panic. Okay, that is 4. We've got another 2 to do, so let's pack this up, take the... I'm going to put this... Oops, maybe not that close. It's not going to work. That's not going to work. This game and previous games like SnowRunner, MudRunner, always make you question your sanity, but also question what your decision. You always think there's something else about to happen. Let's see if we can just boom this around. Not at the best angle. There we go. So, I'm gonna have to move these. I wish it was a bit more intuitive as well about being that close to an object. Why it doesn't automatically select that as the closest object. Okay, we now need to turn and burn, burn and turn and burn. I can't remember how it's called. So we need to be fairly close, but yet we need to be pretty close. I just realised I had the good old handbrake on. Again, we're just going to drag. What I might do... Now, I haven't had any notification yet that the route hasn't worked. And it's actually making me a bit suspicious. See what I mean? That it just messes with your mind. Oh, there we go. So vehicle failed. We'll have a look at the route in a minute and we'll figure out what's going wrong. There's a few parts in the route that I'm not happy with. And I really should have spent more time. I'm just aware that we're now at 40 minutes for the video, so that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to start messing about. And if you do, you know, I've already had a couple of people saying that, you know, longer videos aren't an issue and things like that. So I do appreciate people letting me know how they feel about things and, you know, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. Boom. Okay, so resources stored in your base storage, which is accessible from any of your bases. On each map, you can unlock access to multiple interconnected bases. Your current objective requires resources to be stored in your base storage in order for it to be completed. Beautiful. Right, we're going to leave this here. Let's go back into infrastructures and let's see. How did it fail there? What? What? How? How? How did it... Oh my, that's the clearest part of the route. That's the bit I'm not worried about. Did it flip over? I genuinely cannot believe that that's where it failed. So if I hit dispatch, it goes from where it failed, which is there. Okay, let's see. Now, obviously this is a shorter truck out the convoy vehicles. I just don't understand how it managed to fail there. Now that should get through. Now it's saying that angle is too tight, which is fair enough. So this is where you see how much it missed that node. Even though there's a gap between it. Now I wonder if this... Oh, I wonder if the two vehicles, remember they were battling each other all the way up? I wonder if one of them's pushed each other into the gate or something stupid like that. Anyway, that looks like that's going to be a win. Yeah, what possibly could go wrong between that short distance to the phosphate plant? I have no idea. Obviously, we need to wait in the last truck to get through, but all in all, I love this game and I hate it all in one go. I hate it because it messes with your mind. There's parts to it I would love to be changed. Whether that's ever going to happen, I doubt it. But, you know, that's just my wish list for it. Anyway, I am going to leave it there because that's a successful one. We have completed that task. And I'll see you in the next video for the next one. Again, let me know in the comments about what is the definition of a field, and if you are okay with the videos being longer. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.